Hey, come on in. How's it going? I'm Mike Perkins. I'm the RD here at Hillside Health Center. Please take a seat.
Sure.
So, what's your name?
My name is Ricky Johnson.
Ricky Johnson. And Ricky, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 17 years old. I'm a junior in high school. I'm an athlete. I like to play football. I'm currently doing that right now. I play baseball in the summer. I get good grades and hang out with my friends and just have fun. Regular kid stuff.
That sounds great. Yeah. That reminds me of when I was in high school. I used to play baseball, and I never got to do the football thing. My mom never quite wanted to sign me up. So.
Oh yeah, I had that conversation, but luckily since it's just me and her, I kind of won. So.
Yeah, you can kind of wiggle through, right?
Yes.
But and you said you're a junior and you're getting the good grades.
Yep.
That's great, because I remember junior year was a really big year, for colleges and whatnot. But anyway, so what brings you in today?
Well, as of recently, I've noticed that I've lost a couple pounds in the last couple months. I'm feeling tired. I'm just, I just don't really feel like I have it right now. So I talked to my coach, Coach Ditka, and he told me to come see you. And he said that you would be able to help me. So here I am today,
Oh, great. So Coach Ditka sent you in. He's actually a good friend of mine. I've worked with a couple of his athletes before, and we've always had positive outcomes from that. So there's something for you. And so you're saying that you're feeling a little tired throughout the day, and you said that you've lost some weight. Is that right?
Yeah.
So how much weight would you say you've lost?
I want to say give or take about 6-7 pounds or so. And I've lost it probably since around August time, I believe.
All right. So that's not too drastic, which is good. And so we can just try and get you back on the right track. So in order to do that, I'd like you to just kind of run through your day, if you can, with me. From when you go to sleep, or from when you wake up in the morning until you go to sleep at night. Just kind of maybe what you eat for breakfast and lunch, and dinner and anything throughout the day. And then if you can tell me some physical activity that you do, then we can kind of put two and two together and maybe see why you're losing weight.
Okay.
All right. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to take a couple of notes just so I can, remember exactly what foods you're eating throughout the day.
Okay, sounds great.
Great. So, let's start with breakfast.
All right, well, I wake up about 7 o'clock. I take a shower and I get ready for school. And I tend to grab a quick bite because I don't really have that much time. So it usually consists of, chocolate chip muffin or toaster strudel or Pop-Tart or, something little and quick like that. Then I walk to school. And so I go to my class for the first couple hours. We tend to have lunch around noon. So the problem is at lunch, there's my school doesn't really have a lot of good food. So I don't really eat that much. I tend to graze and just nitpick my food, with the exception of a couple days and everything. Then let's see. The rest of my classes, I take care of those, and I tend to stop by the vending machine a couple times a day, and I'll grab a bag of chips, and I'll have a soda or a candy bar, or just something along those lines, just to hold me over and everything. And so when I get out of school, I kind of do the same thing. I'll stop at the vending machine again, get some pretty much the same stuff. I probably do my homework for like an hour, and then let's see, I go work out after my homework, and then I usually grab like a big Gatorade and maybe a power bar or something like that. And then after that, I have football practice for about like 2.5 hours. And after that, I walk home, and then when I get home, I usually have dinner. We have frozen dinners and stuff, so I throw that in the microwave. And so after I'm done eating that, I finish my homework and just hang out for a little bit more, and then I usually have a late night snack. I'll have some cookies, or maybe another muffin or some ice cream, or just little stuff like that, and then I go to bed and start it all over again.
All right, great. So that's a good place to start. Let me just try and reiterate some things that you were telling me. So in the morning you're saying that you wake up and you maybe just have like a Pop-Tart or cereal, something small, and then when you get to school you have lunch around noon, and you said that you don't really like the school lunches?
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of good food there, so
Okay.
I have very like limited amounts of food to choose
Mhm.
from.
Do you eat any of the school lunches, or?
Yeah, it's usually on Mondays and Fridays. Mondays they have chicken nuggets, and Fridays they have pizza.
Okay.
I mean, everybody loves pizza.
Yeah, that is true. Even us dietitians love the pizza, that's for
Yeah.
sure. All right, so just limited lunch, I'll say,
Yeah.
and then you said that kind of throughout the day, maybe because you're a little hungry from not eating some of the lunches, that you're going to the vending machine, getting some chips and soda, and then you said before practice you might have like a Gatorade or maybe some more snacks, and you said that you go to practice and you go to the weight room, so that's great. A lot of physical activity, and I do remember you said that you walk to school and from school, so
Yeah.
that's your physical activity is definitely a high. And then you come home and you have a frozen dinner. So can I ask you, do you ever have any home cooked meals or anything like that, or?
I do, but not a lot. My mom, it's just me and my mom. She works 2 jobs, and so by the time I get home from practice, she's still at her second job. So she doesn't really cook for me or anything because she doesn't really have the time. So she usually just buys like Stouffer's or like Marie calendars and things like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes on the weekends when she has a day off, we might have something to eat. But I mean, it's kind of tough.
Yeah. All right. So, well, it seems like I got enough information here to start us out with some stuff. Well, first, actually, tell me, what are some of your goals that you'd like to achieve through, visiting me, and just some plans that you might have or might have thought of.
Well, a big thing with me is football. I love football. It's my passion. My team is pretty good. You might have read about us in the paper. We have a lot of big goals, and I play left tackle for my team, and they rely on me. I keep on losing weight, and I'm tired, and I'm not doing my best, and I don't want to let my team down. So I mean that's my number one goal is I just don't want to. I don't want to keep on losing weight, so I get pushed around by all these bigger guys, and then I'm tired, and I just don't really know what I should do.
All right, yeah. So, well, right now what it sounds like is that you're kind of in like a negative energy balance. So what that means is that your physical activity is kind of up here, and but your dietary intake is, or the amount of food you eat throughout the day is kind of here, and we kind of want to balance that out, and then you'll start maybe at least maintaining or starting to gain weight back.
Okay.
So I've been thinking of a couple suggestions. I want to start off in the morning at breakfast. Maybe what you can do is instead of just grabbing a Pop-Tart or some cereal, you can maybe have a little more of a hearty breakfast. So just add maybe some eggs, or which is a good source of protein, and some whole grain toast. Just instead of just having one thing, maybe just add a couple options, and that will fill you up probably until lunchtime, and that'll of course refeed you after you've been sleeping. That's especially good for an athlete who's been recovering all night. And then for lunch, which I think is lunch and maybe a midday snack, the biggest thing would be that you pack a lunch, especially on those days when you don't necessarily like to eat the lunch. So you said like on Mondays and Fridays you like to eat the chicken fingers, the pizza, which is good that you like the school lunches those days. But on any other day you might want to bring a lunch. So it might be a good idea to maybe even go online or go to your school's office and maybe see if they have the calendar for what they're having each day in school. I know they did that with my school. My mom used to always print it out, I believe, and we used to check it. So that might be something that you could try, and that could help. So either maybe you and your mom could make a lunch before you go to school, or something along those lines. And along with the lunch, you could add a couple snacks. Maybe some fruit to eat before your football practice, and that'll give you some fuel, especially for the workouts. Because I know Coach Dicka definitely runs you guys pretty hard.
Oh man, I'm surprised I don't fall asleep on the field with him.
Yeah.
He really works us.
Yeah, I've heard that. So it's definitely going to be good to, have increase your nutrient intake, which I think is the main thing I'm trying to get at. Is that one of our main goals is just that you start eating more, and by packing the lunch and by having, of course, a good hearty breakfast is going to help. And just with dinner, the frozen meals are fine some nights, but maybe if you could talk to your mom to maybe try and make some more home cooked meals, just some bigger meals, like I was saying, that would help also, especially after the workout and practice. That would, I think, definitely help you recover. It would probably make you feel less lethargic, like you were saying before, and those would be my recommendations. So, maybe you could talk to your mom, and you guys could make some dinners or some lunches on the weekends, like you said, when she's off, and because I know it can be stressful working two jobs and very time consuming. So maybe on the weekends you guys can put some meals together, and that'll help you out throughout the week.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's just my take on it. How do you feel about these nutritional goals that I've told you?
I mean, it makes sense, and I appreciate everything you're saying, and I'm ready to get to it.
Good. So let me just reiterate a couple of things here. So what we're going to focus on is, more intake.
Okay.
So especially for breakfast and then packing the lunch. Those are probably what I'd say are the two main things. And just working on, instead of just maybe grazing throughout the day, try and make sure you're eating your snacks that you pack, and that should help keep you more, feeling less lethargic and more awake and ready for practice. And with the increased intake, you should start putting on some more weight, and it should definitely help your performance for football.
Oh, sounds good to me.
All right, that's great. So I would like to evaluate your progress. So if you wouldn't mind coming in again in about 3 or 4 weeks, and we could see how you're doing. And please let your mom know everything that I told you today. And if she has any questions, she can just call me or email me. My card is actually at the front desk when you walk out. So if you want to just grab one of those, and just go over what I went over with you, and talk to her about maybe putting some meals together, and maybe she can teach you how to start, cooking some things as well, or some more options. And I think that would be a good start for you.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
All right. Do you have any more questions for me?
No, I think you pretty much touched on everything. I'm excited, and I appreciate your help. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem, Rick. I'm really glad that you came in today, and I really hope that we can get you back, on the right track and get you towards your goal of doing great in the football season.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.